Where is Elsie? Where is Elsie? Where is Elsie?
Namaskaram. Today I bring to you an expose about a family which has lost its precious daughter to a church. A church that they were part of, a church that they built in several places, and a church whose leaders they trusted implicitly. This expose is about atrocities in Laymens Evangelical Fellowship that will be referred to as LEF, which is a society registered in Tamil Nadu, India, that has been founded in the year 1935. As it stands today, this LEF has close to 400 centers all over India, which are run by laymen called evangelists. For the past 85 years, members of Daniel family have had unquestionable control on all matters of administration of this church. The details of who is on the board of this non-profit society have been well-guarded secrets from the time of this church's inception. LEF doesn't maintain a list of its members and collects money only in the form of cash. Systems are created in LEF to ensure that all the money collected in all of its 400 centers is transported to its headquarters in Chennai using every illegal way possible. From Chennai, huge sums of this unaccounted money are shipped off to US for the use of Daniel family members who migrated to US some 30 plus years ago. Rough estimate of LEF's properties all over the country stand at a whooping 10,000 crores, which is about $1.4 billion. Today, the family that we are talking about is looking for their estranged daughter and grandson who were snatched away from them to cover the crimes of this LEF's church leaders. These parents are weary and full of despair. These poor parents cry themselves to sleep with just one question: where is Elsie? This is the question that has haunted these parents and the brother for the past 7 years. In the past 7 years, these parents have knocked on every door, met every church elder, stood with folded hands in front of the very people who have ruined their daughter's life, begging for help with their daughter's situation. They last saw their daughter in a cramped lawyer's office in Coimbatore. I happened to accompany these parents to the lawyer's office in Coimbatore in the July of 2017 to meet Elsie and her son. Yes, the daughter's name is Elsie. And do the grandparents know what their grandson's name is? I did not dare to ask them, as that would break their hearts to tell me that they don't know their grandson's name. These parents have more questions than answers. How did their daughter, who was married to a young man, who was living in Chennai, who was working in Chennai, end up in a lawyer's office in Coimbatore? Why should their daughter see her own parents in presence of a lawyer? Who was that lawyer? Who hired this lawyer for Elsie and why? Who took Elsie to Coimbatore? Who is taking care of Elsie and her little son in Coimbatore? Who is controlling every move to put Elsie on a run? Who is Elsie running from and why? Why is Elsie divorced? Why is it that her husband left her and moved to Poland? Why can't Elsie be like a normal daughter whom the parents can visit freely? Why is it that Elsie, who last visited her parents in Nalgonda to attend her own wedding reception, never came back home to spend even a few hours with her parents? Why didn't Elsie attend her only brother's wedding, a brother she loved greatly? Why is it that these parents do not know the physical address of their daughter? They don't know where their daughter physically lives today. Worse still, these parents do not even have their daughter's phone number. There are many questions that these parents grapple with each waking morning. These helpless parents will do anything in the world to hear their daughter's voice calling out to them. But alas, the voice of their daughter has gone silent on them. On some dreary nights, these parents even wonder if their daughter is still alive. These parents ask themselves over and over again, what is our mistake? Over the years, as the mist in front of their eyes cleared layer by layer, the mistake they have done stares them in their faces. That mistake was that they got conned by late Joshua Daniel and his wife Lily Daniel, whom they once called their spiritual parents. While the dead man washed off his hands a few months before his death, saying that his wife Lily and her associates have given Elsie some psychiatric drugs to take control of her life, his evil wife, Lily Daniel, is still largely on loose, moving from one prey to the next. This queen of LEF is the very incarnation of all that is evil. As irony would have it, I present this expose to you with inputs from James Daniel, who is none other than the son of Joshua Daniel and Lily Daniel. Not all clouds are dark. Some clouds have silver linings. And that silver lining here happens to be James Daniel. And it is his testimony that he will present to the world, which I hope will bring relief to the victims and a long delayed punishments to the criminals of LEF worldwide. My wish and prayer is that this, my humble effort to bring to light the dark deeds of this Christian organization, will bear fruits to book the criminals and provide justice to this family, to restore to them what they have lost. Most importantly, their daughter, who as we speak is believed to be in captivity, imposed on her by Lily Daniel and her evil associates. Let me now introduce you to James Daniel.
I'm here for a very, how do I say it? I wish we never had to talk about these things to begin with, especially in a public platform. These were things that should have been sorted out, solved by whom we considered as elders within a Christian community. On the onset, let me go ahead and tell you that James Daniel is the youngest son of Joshua Daniel. And one of the things that I want to make clear here is that James is a practicing Christian. He is a Christian. So just because he's on the show, I don't want anybody to just assume that he has left Christianity and that's why he's trying to do this. Because anytime you talk anything about any kind of mistakes or any kind of crimes happening within Christian society, they assume that the person who is talking about this has left Christianity and they're so angry with Christianity and that's why they're going to talk about this. But that is not the case here. He is very much a practicing Christian. Over to you, James, if you can give a little bit of introduction.
You introduced me very well. I'm James Daniel, and I'm not very pleased to be here speaking with you. It's unfortunate, right? But
Yes.
the circumstances have led to this, and as a Christian, I am deeply compelled to state what I have witnessed. This is a criminal, it's a heinous criminal case of kidnapping, abduction, rape, and murder. And they're trying to absolve the crimes of Mr. Emmanuel Chakravarti, Lily Daniel, and others. And please understand, this is not a sectarian issue in any way, shape, or form. This is nothing but a criminal issue which has to be solved by the judicial system of India. And because the LEF leadership has decided that they're going into the criminal business, does not absolve us of our calling to do what is right and call a spade and bring these criminals to justice. And I am imploring the public, doesn't matter what religion you are, do what is right. Find this girl. She is a victim of a criminal organization. Please find this victim.
Let us now hear what James has to say as part of an appeal he's making to express his concerns about what kind of a grave situation we are facing today with Elsie and her son, who has been on a run for the past 7 years.
Get her out of the hands of her captors, because whoever their captives are, they're evil. and that's all we can do. That's all I'm asking for.
That's
Because I have asked and I've asked, but they're keeping that hidden from me. I even asked my mother, and there's no response.
Let me now bring to you the victim's family. Gideon Garu was once known as Chandar Rao, but today we know him as Gideon, and his wife's name is Grace, and their son is John Caleb. John Caleb is much more than a good son. He stands as a pillar of strength by his parents and has fought valiantly with these LEF church rogues who attacked him and his parents from all different directions. It is unfortunate that he was a bit too young at the time when Elsie was getting slowly trapped by Lily Daniel and her wicked minions. He was not equipped to rescue his sisters from these wolves. You will hear some conversations he had with Lily Daniel and her puppet son John Daniel and her most evil associate Gunalan as part of this expose, and you will understand how boldly John Caleb faced these thugs. For now, let us listen to Gideon Garu and Grace Amma.
అమ్మా నమస్తే. నా కుమార్తె ఎలిజబెత్ 10th క్లాస్ పాస్ అయిన కాడ నుంచి జోషురాలు గారి భార్య అయిన లిల్లీ దానియేలు గారు తొందర చేస్తూ ఉండేవారు. మొదటి కూతురు గనక సేవకు పంపించాలని చాలా కష్టపెట్టింది మమ్మల్ని. అది తట్టుకోలేక సరే అని చెప్పి ఇద్దరు పిల్లల్ని మెడ్రాస్ పంపించాము. కొంతకాలం జరిగిన తర్వాత వివాహం అన్నారు 2013లో 6వ నెలలో. తర్వాత ఏమైందో నాకు తెలియలేదు. 2-3 సార్లు చాలా కంగారుగా మాట్లాడింది. తర్వాత ఇక పిల్ల చాలా ట్రబుల్లో ఉందన్న సంగతి తెలిసి నాకు చెప్పలేదు. ఏమైపోయిందో ఏమో అర్థం కాలేదు. జోషువరాణి గారిని కూడా కలిశాము. ఆమెకి బాగా టార్చర్ చేసి సైకో మాత్రలు ఇప్పిస్తున్నారు జోషువరాణి గారు చెప్పారు. ఏమైందని చూసాం కానీ ఎక్కడ కూడా కనపడకుండా అయిపోయింది. అనేక మందిని కూడా మేము ఆశ్రయించాము కానీ వాళ్ళు ఏ సమాధానం చెప్పలేదు. ఎవరెవరి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళాలో వారి దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళాం కానీ ఏ సమాధానం చెప్పలేదు. తర్వాత ఇంకా దొరుకుతుంది వ్యాధులతో బాధంతో చూస్తానే ఉన్నాం. చివరికి తమ ఎదుకు వచ్చాము. మీరైనా కూడా ఎక్కడ ఉందేమో దాని ఆకృతి చెప్పగలేమని నేను విశ్వసిస్తున్నాను. నమస్తే అమ్మ.
ప్రయత్నించి చూడండి దయచేసి.
From several conversations I had with the family, I gathered some information about how this family came in touch with Laymens Evangelical Fellowship, which is LEF. This couple became part of this church in the early 1970s through a person called Mr. Devasahayam. Devasahayam Garu was from a village called Stuartpuram. As some of you know, Stuartpuram happens to be one of the many villages which Salvation Army designated as settlement areas, and this village is in Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh. Mr. and Mrs. Gideon were guided by Devasahayam Garu to join full-time work in LEF. So they became full-time workers because of the guidance of Devasahayam Garu. And to do that, they actually resigned from their secular jobs. Both Gideon Garu and Grace Amma were gainfully employed. Gideon Garu was a driving instructor for AP government, and Grace Amma actually was a head constable with the AP government as well. Their first so-called training in LEF started off in Joshua Daniel's house in Kunur in the year 1984 once they resigned their jobs and went to work full-time for LEF. However, Gideon Garu was used as the driver for Joshua Daniel's family, while Grace Amma became a house help for the same family. That was their Bible training. And both of their children were born while the couple were in Kunur. They stayed in Kunur for 7 years, and at the end of this 7-year so-called Bible training, Grace Amma and Gideon Garu was sent to a place called Bansi, which is in the border of Nepal, very close to Nepal border. And they went there to set up a school. And today that school has 1600 students. In a later episode, I will share our insights on some serious concerns with LEF workers who are part of the school management. Let's get back to Gideon's. They lived in Bansi for 9 years building the work, and Joshua Daniel directed them to go to Kashmir to do some spade work at the end of this 9-year period. After a brief 1-year stay in Kashmir, the family was sent back to Bansi for 2 years. All of this was under Joshua Daniel's guidance. After that, they were sent to the then combined Andhra Pradesh. They briefly worked in Shanti Nagar near Warangal, and finally they were sent to Nalgonda in the year 2004. So far, they were only being used as handymen and housemaid. They set up the LEF center in Nalgonda from the scratch. They built a LEF center in a rented place with no financial help whatsoever from LEF management in Chennai. Gideons managed to raise funds by selling Grace Amma's gold ornaments. And they also solicited some funds from families who have become part of LEF to build a prayer hall, as they call it. And to date, this place is used as a place to gather for these LEF people in Nalgonda. At the time, they were mercilessly driven out of LEF Nalgonda Center on false charges. This church that they built from their own money, they were driven out from that place. They had an upward of 150 people attending LEF church services regularly. Mr. Gideon Garu has advised me that at the time they left in March 2014, the monthly collection that they sent to Chennai using a method of taking a DD and after collecting the cash was upwards of 30,000 rupees. The modus operandi of the money collection of this church, I will talk about this a little bit later in a different episode. But I thought it is important for my audience to have some kind of background information about the family and also about LEF. Now, as you can see, this family was completely controlled by Joshua Daniel and his wife Lily Daniel, who directed their every move from the time they set foot in Kunur in 1984. And of course, prior to that, the first 10 years, because they got recruited in the early 70s. Prior to that, this period, for the first 10 years, it was Devasahayam Garu who guided this family. And as I present this information, I want to confirm this with James.
Question to you, James. So it does seem to me that Gideon's family had some direct contact with your family. And Gideon Garu has mentioned that they were in Kunur for some time. I just wanted to confirm this with you.
Yes, I remember him coming to Kunur. He came in 1984. I had left in 1983. But in my summer breaks going back to India, I would meet with the family. I knew the family. They were very, Grace and Gideon, they were really noble people, right? I liked them very much, and we got along. I never had a problem with them.
This family that James refers to as a noble family, let us see what this family was put through by Lily Daniel and her evil associates. We will hear the father talk about this in detail.
Joshua Daniel గారి యొక్క భార్య అయిన లిల్లీ డానియల్ గారు మాకు ఇద్దరు పిల్లలు. పాప పేరు ఎలిజబెత్ 24 సంవత్సరాలు, బాబు పేరు జాన్ కాలేబు 23 సంవత్సరాలు. వారిని సేవకు రమ్మని మమ్మల్ని అడిగారు. మాకు ఇష్టం లేదు, అయినప్పటికీ పదే మమ్మల్ని విసిగించటం వల్ల మా పిల్లల్ని పంపించక తప్పలేదు. వెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత పిల్లలు కొంచెం డిస్టర్బ్ అవుతా ఉన్నారు. డాడీ మేము ఉండలేము అన్నారు. ఆ సమయంలో మేము వాళ్ళ ధైర్యపరచడానికి కాను వాళ్ళ దగ్గరికి వెళ్తూ వస్తూ ఉన్న సమయంలో జోషువా డానియల్ గారు మమ్మల్ని గద్దించారు. పొద్దాక మీ పిల్లల్ని డిస్టర్బ్ చేయకూడదు, మేమన్నీ చూసుకుంటాం అని కోపపడ్డారు. వాళ్ళ కోపం వస్తే ఏమవుతుందని మేము భయపడిపోయి మళ్ళీ వెళ్ళలేదు. ఆ విధముగానే బాబుని వేరే చోట, పాపనేమో హాస్టల్లో పెట్టారు. కొన్ని దినాలు అయిన తర్వాత గుమ్మడి పూండిలో ఒక స్కూల్ ఉంది. ఆ స్కూల్లో ప్రిన్సిపాలు పరిమళ ఆమె దగ్గర పెట్టారు. ఆమె తన ఇంట్లో పని మనిషిగా వాడుకుంటూ మొదలుపెట్టింది. అంతకుముందు ఏవేవో మేము ఉండలేము, చాలా గొడవలు కనపడుతాయని మా పిల్లలు చెప్పేవారు. ఎప్పుడైతే నా కుమార్తె పరిమళ ఇంట్లో మొదలుపెట్టిందో ఉందో అక్కడ ఇంకా ఎక్కువ అరాజకీయము, చాలా భయంకరమైన స్థితులు మాకు తెలుస్తూ ఉండేవి. ఇమానుయేలు చక్రవర్తి అని అతడు వచ్చి ఆడపిల్లల్ని చాలా అసభ్యకరంగా ప్రవర్తించమని చెప్పి చాలా తొందర చేసేవాడట. అది కూడా మాకు తెలిసింది. ఏమి చేయాలో మాకు అర్థం కాలేదు. తీసుకొచ్చేస్తే ఈ యొక్క ఎల్ఎఫ్కి పెద్దలైనటువంటి జోషువా డానియల్ గారు, లిల్లీ డానియల్ గారు, వాళ్ళకు ప్రియముగా ఉన్నటువంటి ఇమానుయేలు చక్రవర్తి ఏమన్నా చేస్తాడని భయపడి మేము వెళ్ళేవాళ్ళము కాదు, చాలా కష్టపడేవాళ్ళం.
If you notice here, the father has mentioned that Emmanuel Chakravarti was dear to Joshua Daniel and Lily Daniel. And in the same breath, the father also mentioned that Emmanuel Chakravarti was harassing the girls, in this case the teachers working in that school. By the way, this school that the father mentioned here is owned and operated by LEF. And this is in a place called Gummidi Pundi, very in the outskirts of Chennai. We will look at some details about the 4 people that the father mentioned here and also about the school and its operations. Joshua Daniel. Joshua Daniel is the founding member of LEF and he died in the year 2014. He ruled the LEF church empire with unquestionable authority for over 70 plus years. Lily Daniel. She is the widow of late Joshua Daniel. This evil woman is in bed with every kind of criminal one can imagine, starting from a small time pickpocketer to a big time hawala money launderer. She is on sale for as little as 5,000 rupees. She is a woman who has been impatiently waiting in the shadows, grooming her own puppets and minions in LEF from the time she walked into this family to take over the control of this church and set up her own evil empire. She found a perfect time to come on stage to declare herself as the Queen Mother after a dramatic narrative that she floated, saying that she is the reason her husband got an additional 25 years of lease on his life after Joshua Daniel suffered his first heart attack in his US home in the late 1989. This heart attack of Joshua Daniel and the following major surgery that he had in the US, as we will find out later, are what gave this evil kingpin the foothold to make Joshua Daniel dance to every tune that Emmanuel Chakravarti played from 1989 till Joshua Daniel died in 2014. This now brings us to Emmanuel Chakravarti. I would rather you hear about Emmanuel Chakravarti from James than from me. The last one we need to put a spotlight on is Parimala. This woman fits the bill of a snake charmer, and it is this woman who drew out the snake in sexually repressed Emmanuel Chakravarti, who till then had to live out his perverted sexual fantasies in the darkness of his own filthy mind. She acted both as a school principal and as a brothel house manager. As tragic as it is, the young girls who fell a prey to this woman, Parimala, whom she groomed to fulfill her own perverted sexual fantasies, and those of Emmanuel Chakravarti were innocent young girls who came to work in LEF schools with a firm belief that they are answering their calling to serve God. Once this Parimala, Emmanuel and Emmanuel Chakravarti figured that they have Joshua Daniel, Lily Daniel and John Daniel in their pockets, we are given to understand that Emmanuel Chakravarti started supplying these young girls to government officials to get things done. We will hear more about it when I talk to James about this perverted Emmanuel Chakravarti and Parimala. Did I mention John Daniel? Yes, I did. He is the dumb puppet whom Lily Daniel projected as the chief of LEF once Joshua Daniel died. This John Daniel is a deluded individual who cannot tell the difference between his head and his foot till he confirms this with his mother. Stars aligned well for the parents to have this John Daniel to get American citizenship by birth. Yes, he was born in the US. Joshua Daniel managed to sneak his pregnant wife to US for Christian ministry to have her deliver this good for nothing dead weight in the US to get US citizenship. I call him dead weight for many different reasons. This man's wife, Bridget, seems to have some kind of European descent, and she popped 5 girls out in a row who proudly call themselves as Daniel 5. Lily Daniel is believed to have turned her daughter-in-law into a baby manufacturing factory to manufacture a male heir to this evil LEF kingdom, which tragically did not happen. On the flip side, this expedition to pop out a male heir to be crowned as LEF head in due course of time only added more mouths to be fed, which of course, as we will see later, had to be supported by the tithes and the offerings given by poor gullible LEF people from India. This family has no remorse to flaunt its wealth in front of the very poor people who have no clue that it is their money these Daniel 5 use to dress themselves in all kinds of fancy clothes while doing what they do best, which is to entertain LEF members with gospel music. Thanks in no small part to Emmanuel Chakravarti, who has been the representative of Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides, as the scoundrel took care of every material need of Daniel family for the past 30 plus years by facilitating illegal transfer of money across Indian shores. James will give us more insights into the dark operations of his mother and her evil associates, the prominent one who happens to be Emmanuel Chakravarti.
Emmanuel Chakravarti, he was a son of one of the directors of the LEF who passed away. His mom and his dad passed away. And Emmanuel was a questionable character at best. He had been dismissed from government service for forgery of his boss's signature. And these criminals have sniffed the money and they got bloodthirsty. They could put this guy Emmanuel in charge of the finances. Okay, so it was against the law because he was a officer of the government. My father was told about that, but he flaunted the law.
Oh, your father knew that it was against the law of the land to appoint Emmanuel Chakravarti as the financial manager, but he still went ahead and did it. I wonder what compelled your dad to do that.
I remember my father did have a heart attack in 1989. There was a large hospital bill that had to be paid. And yes, that was paid out of Madras. My mother went to Emmanuel and they used the Hawala transaction, which is completely illegal.
Is it a one-time transfer or did it become a process in place to ship money out of India through Hawala using Emmanuel Chakravarti and his team as agents?
Once it started, it continued.
So yes, so what we are trying to establish here is that Emmanuel Chakravarti has been facilitating these kinds of illegal transactions of money, transfer of money, for a long time. So ever since, pretty much.
That is correct.
Eventually, it has become a very unholy nexus of criminals that actually now got a taste of the money, not just the power, but also the taste of the money to doing what they're doing.
And James mentioned Hawala transactions. And I will do a small presentation about what is this Hawala transaction, but I thought I'll give you a small introduction. Hawala is a dangerous and illegal money transfer method that does not reveal the identity of the people who are doing these transactions. It is used by drug peddlers, terrorists, arms dealers, smugglers, human traffickers. And in this list, we have criminals from a church like LEF who are using this route to move money out of India to US. For what? So that the unemployed family, the people that don't have jobs of Daniel family, can eat the money that is given by a poor person in India. And I'm going to, in this presentation, I will show how from the time a poor person in India standing in the lines while these bombastic songs are played in the church at the end of the sermon, after the sermon, during the closing, that's when they collect this money. So people stand in neat rows, and there will be a man or a woman who will walk the row with a red bag, and that's when, I mean, it's a highly pressure causing tactic. Okay, somebody is coming in front of you with a red bag, so you have to drop money in there. And from the time that money is dropped till the time that money ends up in the Daniel family member's hand in US, what are all the ways this money is moved, who are all involved, what kind of criminals are involved, and all of these things. I'm going to make a small presentation for my viewers to understand as to why this Hawala transaction method that Daniel family is using is actually supporting criminals and thugs. And remember, this is the money that LEF people are giving, thinking that they're giving to God. So that presentation is something that is due for me, and I will have it soon. So it now becomes important to see who are all the people who benefited from this ill-gotten money. Joshua Daniel and Lily Daniel, of course, who were never gainfully employed. For records, Lily Daniel is a medical doctor. From my conversations with James, I'm given to understand that Lily Daniel never really put her education to use to go make a living or get a job. There is really no justified reason for Lily Daniel not to pursue her own career, like many women in LEF who are made to support their evangelist husbands by going out and taking up a job. This Lily Daniel instead chose to ride on the back of criminals to provide for the needs of her incompetent children who had trouble keeping up with their jobs in the US. And John Daniel, the oldest son, tops the list of these incompetent children. As luck would have it, this unsuccessful son of Lily Daniel gets to hide his inability to be a man enough to go and make a living by earning some money and get a real job, as he is believed to be the anointed first son of the family who is supposed to be dedicated for God's work. It irks me to no end as to how these men who cannot even manage a job to make a living to feed their own families set out with Bibles in their hands to bash up gullible people, to guilt trip them, to make them pay tithes and offerings, to support these dead weights in every way possible. The last of the 5 children is Lydia Daniel. She's another dead weight. She's in her late 40s, approaching 50. She's a tail who follows her mother around to grab and eat from the loot that the family is gathering as tithes and offerings. But the rhetoric is that she's sacrificing her life to serve the Lord by assisting her parents in building God's kingdom. All of this is so far from the truth. But who cares for truth in LEF, as long as the gullible people continue to pay tithes and offerings? Next comes Joseph Daniel, who seems to shift uncomfortably in his seat anytime people point fingers at Emmanuel Chakravarti. We don't know what that unholy nexus is. I gather from grapevine though that Joseph got the school business ministry as part of his inheritance from LEF family business.
You're absolutely correct.
If what I'm hearing is true, that he was appointed as head of operations of LEF schools, I suggest that he line up his ducks, as I will be doing another expose on what is going on in LEF run schools. I will shed ample light in due course of time on every individual who has been at the helm of affairs in LEF run schools. I will start with those who run the school all the way down south in Salem to those who are running a school all the way up in Bansi. Next comes Betty Daniel. The less said, the better. I remember from one of her many rants on Facebook that if her dad were alive, he would have paid to have a church built for her. Now that leaves us with James. I would say, bless his heart. I will take a bow today for who he is, and for what he is doing to expose the frauds in his own family. For all the maligning that the entire Daniel clan unleashed on him, James stands his ground to show to the world that he is different, just like he did during his father's memorial service. Between breaking down, crying, and trying to laugh it off, James managed to tell the world loud and clear that LEF has gone rogue under the close watch of his dad, Joshua Daniel. If Joshua Daniel had a true friend in a son, it was James. If Joshua Daniel had a true enemy in a son, it is John Daniel. For those LEF blind people who have their brains hijacked by listening to this constant brainwashing, brought about by listening to the bombarding sermons of madmen who pass off as preachers, I have some news. John Daniel and other children never really cared for their dying father. It was James who made 3 trips in a 3-month period leading up to Joshua Daniel's death to spend time with his dying father, who was held as a captive by none other than Lily Daniel, his wife, and the other 2 thugs, Emmanuel Chakravarti and Gunalan. Talking about the last days of Joshua Daniel will open another can of worms. For now, I will leave that can unopened. Let us now watch that clip where James Daniel is talking about some serious concerns he had during his father's memorial service.
Over the last 10 years, I've made very few trips here. But over the last 3 months, I've made a trip every month. I told him, I said, Dad, don't approve of the company. God prepared me for what's happened. I explained to my children not keep the company my dad kept. I found a song called 12 Honest Men. Yeah, Jesus couldn't find 12 honest men. I told Dad, Jesus couldn't choose 12. You can't choose 1. But some of the nurse and some of the others who were with him at his last few days told me he said sorry, and he wept over some of the leaders. You can't find someone who will tell the truth anymore. And I told him, I said, Dad, is it looking at your right-hand man? I just don't have any faith in what you're doing. And he understood. I said, you've turned this into a Gunda fellowship. For my last go at my dad, I said, why do you keep these guys around? And I said, I think you want to die like Jesus between 2 thieves. And I said, I think you want to die like Jesus between 2 thieves.
So we now have narrowed our attention to the wicked 4. John Daniel and Lily Daniel, who are on the LEF stages to deliver sermons to keep the gullible people cough up money as tithes and offerings, while Emmanuel Chakravarti and Gunalan manage the show behind the scenes by employing every evil method there is to employ: bullying, blackmailing, threatening, maligning, looting, exploiting, manipulating. This list is endless. that all of these evil methods were employed against one helpless family of Gideon Garu has left them bruised and damaged beyond belief. I would like to conclude this episode here and continue the rest in the following episodes, which will be released soon. I have some snippets, a trailer of what is coming in the next episodes at the end of this video. I will share some of my concerns, apprehensions, and closing thoughts on what kind of reactions this video can bring from the criminals we are exposing and the mindless morons who support these criminals. Our major concern is the safety of Elsie and the child. We sincerely hope and believe that Elsie and her child are safe somewhere and have not been eliminated by these vicious and evil people we are exposing today. Let us not take our eyes off Elsie's child, who has no advocate. The child has been on the run with his mother from the time he was born for no fault of his. His safety and his mother's safety is of utmost concern to us. The child has its entire future ahead of him and has every right to have a happy and safe childhood like each of our children. As wicked and evil as these people are, it definitely bears on our minds that as a reaction to this video, they might try to eliminate the child and the mother. It is not that this has not crossed our minds, but we have explored all options, we have tried every avenue, and coming out and creating pressure on these criminals from the outside world, not only from the LEF Christian world, but the outside world, is what we are counting on, as this pressure we hope will make the captors release the child and the mother safely. The second reaction that can possibly come from the same group of people we are trying to expose is, they might try to pressurize Elsie into making a video to tell us that she's all right, she's happy, or that she hates her parents and her brother and does not want to come back, and that it is her parents who are trying to drag her to the streets. If she's happy and well, that is what we all need, and that is what we are all trying to find out. The only thing is, why is her whereabouts such a secret? That is the one that concerns us. Of course, the third reaction is from the brainwashed Christians who jump on the bandwagon to start abusing me or James or even the family who are the actual victims in this case. They say that James is not happy and he's unhappy with LEF and he's using my shoulders to fight at them as he did not become the head of LEF. How does James talking to me help him become the head of LEF? Some of these brain dead people cannot even think straight. And of course, another reaction is dismissal of this expose, saying that all of this is not the truth. This video is not for people who cannot see the truth. You can take the horse to the water but cannot make it drink. Many Christians are like that. They're blind in their own ways. On top of it, they are extremely arrogant and judgmental. They talk about things they have no clue about. We anyway do not consider them as stakeholders in fighting this battle. But of course, there will be a lot of noise and unnecessary reaction from them. And these people have their brains hijacked and cannot think straight. They will write letters, comments, posts with things like, you will go to hell, you are the devil. This is the typical Christian brain dead hate monger stuff. In Telugu states, we have a bunch of these people. They do not have a clue of why someone like me is coming out and talking about these things. They do not understand the seriousness of the issues at hand. They have been trapped into Christianity and have lost touch with the outside world. They have no faculties to analyze and understand things. Even they are not stakeholders, and convincing them is a futile effort. It will not bear fruit. They are people of no consequence whatsoever. In fact, some of them might get worried that our expose will turn Christians away from these abusive pastors. And of course, when it comes to me, they say that they accuse me of being an RSS agent, BJP agent who's trying to destroy Christianities. And of course, these idiots are there across the world. Each person is entitled to his or her opinion, and who am I to stop these fools? My address today is to audience who are intelligent, analytical, compassionate, and concerned, For those Christians who still have a conscience, I would like for you all to pause in the tracks and think a little bit. Why is it so hard to get justice done to your own in Christian societies today? Why is it that Gideons who have been working for 40 plus years in the Christian field do not have proper advocates to help them in this dire situation? The debate is not about whether or not I'm a Hindu or a Christian. That has no bearing on what I'm trying to bring to light. I have been out of India and these Christian circles for 22 years now after my marriage. But today, sitting 10,000 miles away from India, I am trying to do whatever I can to help this family. And I hope some of you can see this and understand the seriousness of what I'm exposing. As always, my pranams to all my Hindu friends, family and elders who continue to bless me. Your comments on my videos move me to tears. And I plead with all of you to extend the same kind of kindness you extended to me, to extend to Gideon Garu's family, to help them in any way you can. I hope you will join me and James in the fight to rescue this mother and the child, to get her reunited with her parents and help us get the criminals punished. There might be social workers, lawmakers, police officers, and people with some good connections, and most of all people with a conscience who might be watching this video. If you are able to help, we count on your help. And I hope each one of us will do our own swadharma to protect the people of our land. After all, Gideons are our own. These are our brothers and sisters. It's just that they have taken up a different religion. That doesn't alienate them from who they are and how we are all connected. Thank you so much.
The reason he's doing is because of his Christian faith. Correct me if I'm wrong, James.
Well, Mary, I must say, if I was doing this for any other reason, I would not have confronted my parents about this issue. I would not have confronted my brother about this issue. I would not have taken vacation time off to go to Coimbatore and to try and hunt down this girl to reunite her with the parents. I don't have any other ambition but to see the girl being reunited with the parents. I myself am a parent and I understand that. She was paid by Paramala to arrange the marriage between her nephew and Elsie.
Okay.
She was paid. She received money. This constitutes human trafficking.
ఈ పెళ్ళి పరిమళాయే వాళ్ళ ఇంట్లోకి చేర్చుకొని ముందుగానే ప్లాన్ చేసుకొని మా అందరితో కట్ చేయించేసి వాళ్ళ అక్క కొడుక్కే పెళ్లి చేయించింది. మా ఇష్టం లేకుండానే మా యొక్క ఆలోచన తీసుకోకుండానే తన ఇష్ట ప్రకారమే ఇక లిల్లమ్మ గారికి ఆళ్ళకి మాట్లాడేసి పెళ్లి కుదిరిచేసింది. అన్నీ అట్లా చేసింది.
How they needed something done from a government official. Okay, then how much money does it take? Okay, no, this guy doesn't want money. So what does he want then? He wants a young girl for the night. And he said, no. He said, I wanted to send Elsie out. So my mother gives permission to pimp out a Bible school student to a government official. At which point my mother said, oh, we have to send her for an abortion. Okay? So they sent her for an abortion. Then the story gets thicker.
సరే అని బాబు మా అమ్మాడి విషయాలు ఏంటి అమ్మా అని కొంచెం అట్లా అడుగుతానికి మరి ఎందుకు ఇట్లా మా అక్కని కొంచెం బాధ్యత తీసుకోండి అని మా బాబు కొంచెం ఒత్తిడి చేసేటప్పటికి వాడిని వాళ్ళ కింద వేసి తొక్కేసి లేకుండా చేసేయాలని చూశారు.
You and your father and mother don't interfere, period. Do you understand?
Okay, uncle.
No more.
Yes, uncle.
No more interference. You understand?
Sure, uncle.
Do you follow me?
Yes, uncle.
And so you mind your business.
Sure.
Otherwise, man, oh man, you need a wallop
Yes, uncle.
in front of everyone. You
But
understand?
she was my sister, uncle.
Hello?
Hello, auntie. This is John Caleb, auntie. Can I speak to you for some time, auntie?
No, not now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Auntie, I want to speak to you, Joe uncle, auntie.
No,
I want to speak. Auntie,
think he has some sense.
auntie.
Hello?
Hello, auntie. This is John Caleb, auntie.
Oh, Gideon's son.
Yeah. Okay. So did you ask uncle?
No, he said he asked Gunalan to look at that answer
Okay.
that he gave before
Okay.
and say to you that it continues the same.
Hello.
Hello, uncle. Good morning, uncle.
Marning. எங்கிருந்து பேசுறீங்க?
Nalgonda, uncle. Andhra, uncle. Gideon son, uncle.
Oh.
Yes, uncle.
I got your sister's address at Coimbatore.
Hello?
Hello, good morning, auntie. This is John Caleb, auntie.
See, we have asked, Joe has asked Gunalan, நீ சும்மா இரு அம்புலா இரு இல்லாட்டா உன் கதியும் மோசமா போயிடும் உங்க அப்பா அம்மா கதியும் போயிடும்.
Auntie.
మరి బాబురావు గారు కుమార్తె బేరీ గారు మాకు ఫోన్ చేసి ఆంటీ మీ సేవని మా డాడీ తీసేసుకున్నారు, ఎందుకు ఇలా జరిగింది, మళ్ళా మీకు బాధ కలిగించాము, ఆ శాపాలు మా పిల్లల మీద మాకు రాకూడదు, నేను మీ విషయంలో నేను బాధ్యత తీసుకుంటాను ఆంటీ అని చెప్పి మా బాబుని అటు ధైర్యపరిచి మమ్మల్ని ధైర్యపరిచి తర్వాత మా పాపకు ఎక్కడుందని మేము మెడ్రాస్కి వెళ్ళడానికి ఒకవేళ కోయంబత్తూరు అంటే కోయంబత్తూరు వెళ్ళటానికి ఇలాంటి అన్నిటికీ హోటల్లో ఉంటే హోటల్ బుక్లు చేసి మళ్ళీ అలాగే మరి డాక్టర్ జాషువా డానియల్ గారి కుమారుడు మరి జేమ్స్ డానియల్ గారు కూడా మమ్మల్ని పిలిచి ఏమైందమ్మా అని అట్లాగా మాట్లాడటం, హైదరాబాద్కి వచ్చినప్పుడు మమ్మల్ని పిలిపించి మాట్లాడటం, ఇట్లా అంతా బాధ్యత వాళ్ళిద్దరూ తీసుకున్నారు. మరి మమ్మల్ని మాకు సహాయం చేయండి, మా పాపకి మరి ఇంతగా మేము ఇద్దరు పిల్లల్ని సేవకు పంపించాము, మరి ఇంతగా వాళ్ళు ప్రయాసపడుతున్నారు, మరి ఈ విషయంలో మా పాప విషయంలో న్యాయం తీర్చండి అని పెద్ద సేవకుల్ని, మెడ్రాస్ సేవకుల్ని, ఆంధ్ర సేవకులను కూడా పెద్ద వాళ్ళందరిని ఆశ్రయించాము. కానీ ఎవరు కూడా బాధ్యత తీసుకోలేదు. ఆంటీ నేను బాధ్యత తీసుకుంటానని ఈ పాప రావటం, మేరీ రావటం, మా బాబును కూడా ఏదైనా ఒక మంచి స్థానంలో పెట్టించాలని మేరీ గారి భర్త మేము చూడలేదు, ఆయన కూడా బాబుకి అనేకసార్లు ఫోన్ చేసి ఈ పని చేయాలి బాబు, ఇది ఏదో ఒకటి బాబు ద్వారా ఏదో ఒకటి పెట్టించి వాడిని కూడా పైకి తీసుకురావాలని ఆయన కూడా ఎంతో ప్రయాసపడ్డారు. అంతేకాకుండా మా బాబు పెళ్లి విషయంలో కూడా ఆమె ఎంతో మాకు సహాయం చేసింది, మాకు వాళ్ళకి మధ్యలో మాట్లాడి సహాయం చేసింది. ఇలాగా మరి కేసులకు వెళ్తాను కూడా ఈ యొక్క మరి మేరీ గారు, ఆ తర్వాత జేమ్స్ డానియల్ గారు కూడా ఎంతో హెల్ప్ చేశారు. ఈరోజు ఇలా సీడీ తీస్తున్నామంటే దానికి కూడా ఆమె యొక్క ప్రోత్సాహం, మరి దానికి అంగీకారం, మా పిల్ల ఎలాగైనా బయటికి రావాలి ఎలాగైనా అని మేము కూడా హృదయపూర్వకంగా ఈ యొక్క సీడీ చేయడానికి మేమే అనుమతి ఇచ్చాము.